Do you know that you set your receptive mode by your transmission mode? What you focus on is how you focus your dial. So you can't be saying one thing and getting another. You can't be thinking one thing and getting another. You can't be feeling one thing and getting another. The universe does not hear your words. The universe is responding to your vibrational output. So, as you are offering this signal based upon what you are giving your attention to, whether it is in the past as you are remembering it, or in the present as you are observing it, or in the future as you may be imagining it, it doesn't matter. You're doing it right now. It's causing you to emit a signal now. That signal equals your point of attraction now, and the whole universe is queued up to respond to that vibration. Now, the reason that we want to talk to you about vibration is not because we want you to be guarded about it right here, right now. In the beginning of you listening to us, so often you would realize that you do create your own reality, and first you would say, oh, good, and then you would say, oh, no, because you realized you did not really have steady control of what you're emitting. And then some of you, as we said, you create your own reality, began going, cancel, trying to suck things back before the universe got hold of them and delivered them to you in full manifested form. But now you are beginning to realize that you have leeway, that yes, you're offering vibration about wanted and unwanted, but you stand in a stable place. And so mostly what we want you to take away from this conversation is that you can be more practiced than most of you are being. And the thing that would help you to emit the vibration, the one you want to emit, meaning the one that you want to be answered, the easiest way to do that is by caring, really caring about how you feel. Because when you care about how you feel, you're alert to your emotions. You're alert to your emotions, which are your guidance system. Your guidance system, which is giving you constant, in-the-moment feedback between what you've asked for. Another way of saying that is all that you have already vibrationally become, and what you're allowing yourself to realize in its full manifested form. That is as clear as we've ever said it. In other words, you want to be aware of that gap. And you don't need to think about closing it tightly all the time, because you can't. Life is causing you to expand continually. You're never going to completely close that gap. So here's how it works. You sift through life. You know what you don't want, which causes you to know what you do want. You emit a signal about it, and vibrationally speaking, you become an integrated being with that new desire that you have discovered. Vibrationally speaking, you become it. We're going to stand over here in the vibrational spot, in what we call the vortex or the vibrational reality. You have become this newly improved version. Life caused you to become it. Oh, you haven't manifested it yet, most likely. It's a new idea to you. It's a new idea that isn't all that familiar. It's a new and improved idea. But the larger part of you, the non-physical part of you that existed before you came into this body, that still exists in the non-physical realm, even though you're here in this body, that part of you became that newly improved, that newly expanded vibrational version that life just caused you to become. But you're probably still standing over here in the same beliefs. Belief's just a thought you keep thinking. It's a habit of thought. Standing over here in the same beliefs that you held when you launched that rocket. You're not ready to believe in your ultimate prosperity. Life caused you to want more money, but you don't believe in the more money that life just caused you to ask for. If you believed in it, it would be flowing into your experience. So we began talking about this vibrational reality, and we called it your vortex. We wrote a whole book about it, wanting you to realize, wanting you to accept that there is a vibrational version of you that you may or may not, usually not completely, be up to speed with. And that vibrational version of you is calling you toward it. It's calling because law of attraction is focused upon that new and improved version of you. And law of attraction is summoning all cooperative components to it. The question is, are you a cooperative component to your own desire? And the answer to that in many cases is no, not yet. I do not believe this thing I want. I'm giving lip service to it. Life keeps showing me that I want it, but we're speaking from your perspective, often so wrapped up in the observation of what is, because after all, I can see what is, I can hear what is, I can smell it and taste it and touch it. What is so vivid. What is so vivid. Most of my vibration is about what is. And we want to say to you, that's a bit of a problem. Because if what is so vivid, you give your attention only to what is can't change much. It's slow going. Have you noticed? So you've got to let go of what is a bit. You've got to stop telling it like it is and begin telling it as you want it to be. You've got to lighten up. You've got to stop defending what is as if there is someone standing there saying, why is that? All right, your mother did do that to you, didn't she? How'd you get there? What are you doing there? What are you doing? What are you doing? Why did you do that? Why aren't you further down the road? You've heard those questions. And you've developed a pattern of answering them that comes out in your personality, like defending yourself or like justifying yourself or like rationalizing. And we want you to cut that out, because every minute you spend in defense is a moment in resistance, not in allowing. It's in resistance, not in receiving. It's in resistance to the path that is calling you, and that's why you feel negative emotion. So some things you want to know. First, if the path were not calling you, you would never feel resistance. Next, if you hadn't asked for stuff, the path wouldn't be calling you. So if you weren't mixing it up and expanding, then there wouldn't be an improved version of you calling you forward. But since there is, and since you can't change that, since you are eternal beings, since there is a source within you, since there is a source within you who knows all that you have become, who is calling you and other cooperative components to these focused points of realization. You rendezvousing with the things along your path, that's what life really is. You see, it's not just the final destination that you're rendezvousing with. You're rendezvousing with all the fun along the way. You get to rendezvous with the new idea. You get to rendezvous with the new and improved version. You get to rendezvous with the others who are ready to play with you. That's what you signed up for. That's what you wanted. That's what you said you are about. You are deliberate creators, genius creators, here in the best environment ever, launching rockets of desire all day, every day, and often holding yourself back from what you have expanded to be. So, we have for many years been calling this gathering the art of allowing. And we mean the art of allowing yourself right now, right now, right now, right now, right now, now. It's going to take a while, now, right now, to be in the receptive mode of all that you've become. So we want to explain to you what the actual physics of vibration becoming reality is. How do thoughts turn to things? How do vibrations turn to thoughts, and how do thoughts turn to things? How does this time-space reality evolve as it does? If it is a vibrational reality, Abraham, then how is it that I can see it and hear it and smell it and taste it and touch it? Because your eyes translate. Your eyes are vibrational translators. So is your nose and your fingertips and your tongue and your ears. You are translating the vibration. So here's this vibration, and let's say that it is your inner being, source, God, call it whatever you want. It's the non-physical version of you. It's a non-physical point of view of you. It's a non-physical knowledge of who you are. It's a non-physical knowledge of the expanded version of you. It's a vibrational consciousness that knows. It is knowing. It is all-knowing. It is a vibrational consciousness of knowing. And it's vibrating here. Now, are you seeing it? No. Are you hearing it? No. Are you smelling it? No. Tasting it? No. Touching it? No. It's a vibrational version that you could do all of those things with. You're just not yet. You're just not yet. When Source puts consciousness in the rose, you can smell it. In other words, all of that consciousness is being experienced by you in so many different ways. But this is a new thought. This is a new thought about you. This is a new thought about you that you just launched because of something that you lived, and you're not ready to receive it vibrationally, but it's there. It's there. So now we have a really important question for you. If a tree falls in the forest and there's no one there to hear it, did it make a sound? And the answer to that question is no. Because sound is the word that is applied when something that is physical translates a vibration into something meaningful. And if there were no ears there to do the translation, then there could not have been sound. There could have been vibration, but no sound. The sound happened in the receiving mode. Are you getting what we're saying to you? So here's this consciousness. Here's consciousness knowing about you, all knowing about you, offering a vibration. And it fell over in the forest. Did you hear it? No. So when you are in the receiving mode, let's say that you woke up happy today and you didn't do anything to change that. You didn't remember yesterday yet. So there you are, offering a vibration, feeling good. Maybe you meditated, you're feeling good. So there's nothing happening in your vibration that is resisting this vibration of Source consciousness. So now you are in the receiving mode and you think a thought. You say, oh man, I just got the best idea. And with that idea comes an emotion of elation, an emotion of clarity. That's the first step in vibration turning to thoughts, to things. In other words, this is the beginning of the translation of vibration into something. This is the gap that we're wanting you to consciously begin to close. Now, if you're in a bad mood, if someone mistreated you and you're thinking about it, if you woke up thinking about it, if you've already written an email about it, if you've been on the phone talking to your best friend about it, if you wrote it in your diary, in other words, if you've been thinking about it, if you've been thinking about that injustice that happened yesterday, and now you're off on a tangent, yeah, that's not the first person that's done that to me, won't be the last. And so you're down the road on all that vibration, then you're nowhere near the vibrational signal of this pure positive energy of the Source within you. So you're not getting any of that reception. The reception that you're getting is of a different nature. It's the spin-off of man's conscious thought. You see what we're getting at? So as we're moving forward here today, we want to show you how you can live happily ever after. We want you to make peace with contrast. We want you to understand that contrast matters, that contrast and variety are necessary for you to focus your desires into being. We just think it would be such a wonderful idea for you and such a good experience for you if once you've launched those rockets of desire and you have, your vortex is so full it would take you 20 or 30 lifetimes to realize it all. It would be such a good idea if you could understand the laws of the universe and understand the progress that you've already made and understand the 1, 2, 3 step process of creation. Step 1 is contrast causes you to ask, and you've been doing it for a long time and you're still doing it all day, every day. Step 2, Source receives the requests that you have asked and becomes the vibrational embodiment of them, and never ceases offering a signal about all of that, which equals your path of least resistance, which is step 3. Are you allowing yourself to go, or are you arguing for your limitations? Are you allowing yourself to go, or are you explaining what is instead? Are you allowing yourself to go, or are you defending why you haven't been going? or explaining how many other people are standing in the same spot with you and they're not able to go either.